Hey guys, we here for another episode of NXT this week. We're going to talk about NXT coverage this week and what happened with a lot of stuff going on, with a lot of storylines and a review, of course. Tune in more to the red carpet ring here.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey guys, we're here at the red carpet ring. We will talk about NXT after Worlds Collide. You guys get the likes as we come into the ring. We definitely going to talk about this week's NXT, talk about stuff that happened on throughout the episode, most important key moments, and of course, a review, final review grading. Now, we had at the beginning of the show, we had as advertised, it was Ethan Page defending his North American Championship against Super Sean Legacy from WWE's Evolve. It was a very good matchup between these two. I saw a lot of good offensive promise from Sean Legacy. He had some near falls, but due to the experience and the heel skill of Ethan Page, he was able to hit, I don't know what the name of that finisher is, like an RKO. He was able to do that to retain his NXT North American Championship. Great effort from Sean Legacy. He definitely got a bright future, and I said it before and I'll say it again. Expect to see him on the NXT roster very, very soon. Now, another part of our show here, we had Jacy Jayne in her first title defense is winning the Women's NXT Championship. She defended the NXT Women's Championship against one of the newest members of NXT brand, Lainey Reed. Now, this was not my most favorite match, but Lainey Reed showed a lot of effort, a lot of guts. She did everything she could. But Jacy Jayne, with her experience, she was able to defeat Lainey Reed and retain her NXT Women's Championship. Now let's move on to another part of the show of that soon. But I will say Jacy Jayne, she definitely is going to try anything her advantage with Fatal Influence. They, of course, helped her retain the championship. Fallon Henley caused a distraction to Lainey Reed that caused her to retain the championship. But we're going to see how much longer Jacy Jayne's going to hold on to this belt. I said it before, expect her to be a transitional champion. And this is even before Blake Monroe stepped on the scene. So I don't expect to have it too much longer. Maybe 3 months tops, if that. But I will say she is going to be, and she's going to do everything she can to retain that championship by any means necessary. So Mark, remember those words here. Now, we do have here Luca and Tony D'Angelo, the family. They went against Tyreek and I think they're called the High Rise tag team, with Wesley. They had a tag team match. Luca he can't catch a break. Tony D'Angelo did not trust this man throughout the match. Definitely shows some definitely tension between these two. It looked like during the match, Luca had a crowbar in his hand. Tony D'Angelo looked at him weird. Long story short, the High Rise, them boys won the match. And like Luca said a few weeks ago to Tony D'Angelo on NXT, the family's no more. So we'll see what happens next there. Last but not least, we had the main event of the show. Oba Femi defends the NXT Championship against challenger Jasper Troy. Now, to give Jasper Troy an advantage, when we saw Oba Femi coming in to the building for NXT, he was attacked by Jasper Troy on a sneak attack and chokeslam on top of a car. So Oba was not 100% going into this match. And Jasper tried everything he could to take Oba out. He had some near falls. Oba kept standing. Oba definitely did a good sell. He definitely put Jasper Troy over, even though Jasper Troy did not win the NXT Championship in the main event. Jasper Troy has a promising future. He tried everything he could, but Oba Femi being the ruler that he is, it takes so much to put this man down, and that ended up with him becoming still champion and retaining his championship. So definitely good work by that, but definitely good work though. Let's go over the key moments that happened for NXT, because definitely some key moments, stuff that's going to happen sooner than later, maybe around the corner, or maybe something that may be far down the line, because Great American Bash is the next TV special or PLE for the NXT brand. I forgot what date that's going to be. Last year it was on when it was on USA TV special. It may be a PLE on Peacock this time. But let's go to the key moments. Like I said before, JC Jane, she's still the NXT Women's Champion. I will say her biggest challenge is she's going to have to overcome as champion will be Jordan Grace, will be one of them. And, of course, Blake Monroe will be one of them. So we're going to see how she's going to do this title run. I explained it earlier. Another key moment, like I said, Jasper Troy, he played it out smart in the very beginning of the show. He tried to bring Oba down, not to be 100% by attacking him before the show start. This would give him an early advantage on during the match, but Oba definitely came back, had a great comeback. But definitely, Jasper Troy is a smart competitor. He made Oba look vulnerable at one point. Now, Mariah May, formerly known as Mariah May, she cut a vignette, and she's going to show up on NXT next week to sign her contract. Her new ring name is Blake Monroe. There's speculation online. It's a 50-50 split. Some people like the name change. Some people don't. I was not a fan of it at first, my opinion, but I'm getting used to it. It'll be something I grow into. And yes, I know Blake Monroe is her niece's name. She's doing an honor of her niece before anybody say anything. I know about that too. So yes, this week's NXT had a lot of good moments here. Ren Sinclair had a match against Lash Legend. She's on her solo thing. We also saw Kalani Jordan. She gonna have a few with Lash Legend. You know, some good key stuff there. Ricky Saints came out, attacked Ethan Page. They're going to have one last match. So a lot of stories still being built on NXT brand. You know, Trick Williams still the TNA World Champion. You know, he's going to be bouncing back between TNA and NXT every single week. We'll see how long that championship goes for him because he's still doing his thing over there, being Trick Willie. But other than that, let me go over the final review I have for this week's NXT episode. Now, the review I have for this show, I give this show a 4 out of 5. There were a couple matches I did not care for, but overall the show still has great quality, great substance, and great stories that are building. We're seeing new people coming up. We're seeing Jasper Troy. We're seeing, we still have new people like Laney Reed. You know, we also have others that's still coming onto the scene. Last week we had Tyra May Steele. We have Super Sean Legacy is still showing us on Evolve. So I like to see new faces and new stories being built every single week on NXT. It's just how they put it all together, and they always make magic out of anything pretty much. But other than that, though, that's all I have for this week's NXT. NXT After Worlds Collide. You guys let me know what you think of this week's episode of NXT. Definitely some good moments there. Definitely good main event. And we had 2 championship matches this week. Guys, check out the video below for Red Carpet Reign. Check out the content here. Until then, guys, you already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.